Okay, so today it's gonna be quick review for your questions from last week. I want to ignore the role of this free init because I feel that the distance of movement is always the same. Yeah, it's three different way to filter the chop signal. The after tell about this quite good. So it's three different methods. They quite similar, but they have the distance. So here you just like for each case you choose the one that fit you better, right? They have a little bit different settings you can adjust. So that's the point. You just just want to show you that it's not one way here, it's different way, and that way is different of the data you have. Problem: I don't understand how to use camera. I do not have anything about Arduino at home. Yeah, I receive this from few students. They do not have Arduino, that's sad. I think you can buy the Arduino Nano for like 11 Kwai on Taobao and 1-2 sensor to try to test it if you don't wanna. Okay, I do not push you. I understand that most of your stuff still like in university. You at home now. But yeah, here up to you. If you don't have, you don't wanna buy, you don't buy. So you work like here with some fake data, fake information. Yeah, this one I said to okay, the same. If you have Arduino, you use it or you buy it. If you does not have, don't wanna buy, you work with some fictional numbers. Yes, fictional numbers will not tell you good. What's the luck? Let's put I put button here, I connect it to the lag, and I connect it to the trail. So you see how it's work. If I does not use lag, okay, let's change button to the momentary. If I does not use lag, you see how button reacts. So when I press, its next frame already 1. As I hold it 1, I release 0, right? But it's happened very fast. I will put it here so for you to be clear. Okay, no lag. You see how it's jumping. If I press very fast, it's just like 1 frame length with lag. So if I set lag to 0.0 second, it's the same. So lag left, lag right. So lag left, it's how it will change it when value change. Like 0, let's say 1 second. Our trail length, let's say 10 seconds. Okay, again, lag 0, fast, lag 1 second. You see, the value will grow. Value will need 1 second to grow to this position. You see here. If I release faster, okay, lag just cut here. Yeah. So that's why if we have like 1.4 here, it's in seconds now. So it will go from 0 to 1.4 second. it will need to go from 0 to 1 to full. The same for the right part. Now we have 0, so when it's cut directly. If I set up point form, it's the same. It starts, and after it have 0.4 second to go back. You see? What's the difference with filter? So filter have width. This is 1 second. So here, let's say 0.5 seconds. So together it's 5 seconds. Together is 1 second. So you see how lag works and how filter works. So lag using exponential, and in lag I can set up value in, left one, and value out. So if I, for example, want to change it fast but go back slower, I can do like this. So you see, so it's a little bit more flexible here. Filter have different way. So you see, left Gaussian filter, it's quite similar to the lag. Box, it's like linear. Left half box. Okay, so different. By default it's Gaussian. So Gaussian, it's very smooth like this. And this to this, if I stop it, this to this part, it's 1 second. 60 frames. From maximum to minimum. Let me check this part. Okay, what's happened there? So let's say the same, I have this button and they use speed. I need start. Okay, so you see when I press, speed it will always grow when it's active. Let's do like constant here. I put it here and you see if 1, it will grow always. Why they use clamp here for speed? We have limit type clamp. So for example, what I want to do, I can use the same speed for the trail here, but this is linear. This is gonna be linear. And if I do not set up clamp, it's grow more and more. Yeah, so it will go always there. So when I set up clamp, it will be always between 0 and 1. If I reset it, I can put math here, for example. And in math I can tell it from 0 to 1, yeah, button give me, I will do to -1 and 0. So let's delete clamp first. So you see how it's work. When it's negative, it go down. When it's positive, it go up. So it's pretty much here. If I clamp it, it's 0. When I press it, it grow to 1. When I release, it grow back to 0. It's linear here. Up, down, up, down. So clamp is the limit, basically. This value on output, I get input, and for output, a limit. You remember we have limit function in processing doing the same. So it's not gonna be output, never gonna be less than 0 and more than 1. You have different ways here. So loop, when it go to 0, it become 1 again. So it's like this, yeah. Or zigzag you can have, but it does not work in us. We need clamp in our case. Denoising sensor, chop 1130, 1159. Change the balance and what happened between slider moving average accumulator. So here what he telling, because this one lag it, like all accumulators, they need time, yeah, to get image. So we have delay. When we move our slider outside of bonds and inside of bonds, you have sometimes some delay. It's here it's pretty so quite slow, like around 1 second they have here. Yeah, window length is the same here. Okay, I run it. So now my window's length here 10 seconds. So I have 600 frames here. I have 60 frames per second. So if I gonna get average, for example, I can go analyze and get average. It will get average during this like 10 seconds. If I set up the length time here 0.1, it's just like 6 frame 0.1 second. You see, it's very fast because it's very short. So, and the same average, it's not gonna be different. So if I set up length time 0 here, it's just directly the same what I have. So window length, it's how much information I wanna see and I wanna save in my trial. 4 seconds. So this is line, it show me what happened in the last 4 seconds. 10 seconds, it show me what happened last 10 seconds. This I don't know. If any question here, no question. This part inside of table. Here. What he doing? He just when you can create the ramp, right? In Tide Designer, and I can do this ramp here, and I can set up color for this ramp. But this ramp is basically made from these points colors in our table. By default, you do not see this interface, but how it's work, it all works here. So here you see you have point 0, the color of point 0, 0, 0 red, 0 green, B, and transparency. I can change, if I change this table, it will change here. So point 0, position 0, I wanna have color green. You see, so here is green. And now I have point at position 0, 0.2, 0. So position is from 0 to 1 UV coordinates. And I can set up here, okay, I want this point gonna be 0.75, 0.25. So you see, now I have point here and point here, and I have color for them. From green to red. And this one I want a blue, so I need to change red to 0, green to 0, and this is to blue. So now, okay, let's see, so now I have this position pure green, this position 0.33 pure red, 0.66 pure blue, this pure white. So this table is just representation of this. You see, if I change here, it's changed here. That's all. Computer bit is mice, filter, and map. Math, it's do mathematics. Math is do math. So if I connect it here, and math I can set up, okay, I wanna multiply by 10. When I press here, you see all math doing, it's the same like original, I just multiply by 10, or I can multiply by small value. Now it's not so effect, you see the value here. Filter, it's filter signal we define, so it's make it like, so if I have like noisy signal like we have in video, yeah, it will make it smooth, it's not gonna have like this lag. It's pretty much like filter, but with a little bit more control on it, and we have limits, yeah, to limit it. I can follow along, but so whole part chop is doing, it show you how to clear the signal from your sensor. You remember when you work from with Arduino before? Light sensors, proximity sensor, distance. If you print it every frame, the value very noisy, yeah? It's not like this. The value that you will receive from sensor, it's gonna be something like this. Okay, I can have wave, for example, here. So this is, for example, the signal I want to get from sensor. My caps. And let's make it smaller. So that's the signal I want to receive from my from my sensor. That's ideal condition. But usually that's what I'm receiving. And it could be even something more noisy. So how I can get back this signal here? That's what we're doing with chops. So because that's what you usually receive from your sensors. It's a lot of noise. So that's the point, to teach you, to show you how you can get more clear and reliable signal. When you're doing installation, when you're using sensors, you will have always problem with this stuff, with noise from sensors. How you need to figure out if it's a real person here or it's just noise, or if someone like passed by just like very quickly, some other object, I don't know, whatever, or if just like light change, wind change. This I do not get. To do Runt, it's just like, you remember in Python? Okay. We use random, yeah, before. Random, it will give me error. Random not defined, so I need to import random first. So random, give me random number, yeah. To do Runt, it's another function that give you random number. This is sit inside. So it give me the same random number with the same thing inside. So to do, it's another library, like random library here, but this is to do with the Touch Designer utilities, basically. So some pre-built function in Python for Touch Designer, they have in this library. If here you have static, because what I did before is change each frame, check if your program running or not. What does the logic doing? What's the logic doing at all? In logic, I can define some parameters. So for example, if I have filter, and logic, it's gonna be this last one now. Okay, let's clean this up. Just leave these two. Okay, red one, this is logic. So in logic, I defined what I want to do. For example, I wanted to do off when outside bounds. So I want this value be always off when it's outside of bounds. And bounds I can define. I want to trigger it just when my filter, not when it's grow, but when it's already here. So I can set up when bounds 0.7 to 1. So now you see it's grow here. Let me change the view here. In one channel. So now you see it's not gonna, I'm not gonna react it. So for example, I want to filter this filter also, get more precise. I want to be sure that something happened when it's happened. So it could be like this, some small noise, yeah, something happened, but I'm not sure if, for example, it's person on the. I will be sure when it's person in front, when this value more than 1.75. So it's here. So now I can use this logic to trigger something, right? So what's the logic doing? Logic, I just can clean up signal even more. Or logic used a lot for some interaction again. If I want something happened when something change in some particular way, I can define it. Okay, if value from this to this, I trigger it. Again, I tell you, what does this doing? It's cleaning up the signal from this one to this one. Yeah, maybe it does not make sense for you if you think so straightforward. We already have this signal, but this is artificially created signal. It's not input from sensors. That you will get input from sensors usually. Window LEDs, I described it already. For convolve, yeah, you can add many rows. It depends. I give you a link where you can see different convolve filters, yeah, and you can try them. They can be different size, 3x3, 2x2, 10x10, depend what area on the image it should affect. To do, yeah, I already described this. The designer utilities, it's Python library with some like pre-built designer functions. We will talk a little bit more about it. For now, the purpose of this course is give you ability to use Touch Designer. How it's used in interactive art, I can give you presentation, or you just pretty much can go to the Touch Designer to even derivative website, and you can see description and case use, how they use Touch Designer. I can make some video how I use like on example of my project. Again, yeah, but first my task here to show you to give you ability to use it. You can use it in many ways. About sensors I already told. This I don't know what the yellow triangle show and what the TD video. Maybe it's some like unsupported format or some problem. Yeah, about this also I just already described in this video to another class. About sensors, you don't need to buy the sensors I've mentioned. I just show you. Okay, we have LiDAR, we have depth cameras, we have this. Yeah, they costly. You don't need to buy them. If you want to try, I can bring to the class after this quarantine over. This I just explain you the different abilities what you can use for your projects at the end.